All right, so today we're diving into something that might seem a little technical at first glance, transferring USDT from a SafePal wallet to Binance. But never judge a crypto transaction by its cover. This deep dive actually comes from a question someone asked in the YouTube comments.
Oh, wow.
Which means there's definitely someone out there who's eager to learn this process.
Yeah. It's fascinating, isn't it, how one single question can unlock a whole world of knowledge. Seems like this listener's ready to take that next step in their, crypto journey, and we're here to guide them through it.
Exactly. We'll break down the steps, sure, but we'll also explore those kind of fascinating nuggets of information around wallet security and blockchain networks.
Right.
So by the end of this, you'll not only know how to make this transfer, but you'll have a deeper understanding of kind of the crypto landscape as a whole. So let's get you started on your journey through the crypto jungle. Step 1 is unlocking your treasure chest, your SafePal wallet. And like any good treasure chest, it has a secret code, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the seed phrase. It's like the master key to your crypto kingdom, a unique combination of words that grants access to your funds. The source gives an example, mistake turkey blossom warfare blade until bachelor fall, squeeze today flea guitar.
Wow.
Of course, yours will be different, but that level of importance is the same.
It's like something out of an adventure movie. One phrase to rule them all. That begs the question, though, what happens if someone does get their hands on my seed phrase? Is all hope lost?
Well, unfortunately, if someone else has your seed phrase, they pretty much have full control over your wallet. That's why safeguarding it is absolutely crucial. Think of it like your social security number or, your online banking login. It needs top-tier protection. Do you use a password manager? Two-factor authentication?
Yeah.
These same security practices apply to your seed phrase.
Got it. Guard that seed phrase with my life. So let's say my SafePal wallet is all set up, it's secure, and the seed phrase is locked away tighter than Fort Knox. Next, I need to prepare my Binance account, right? Find my USDT deposit address and all that.
Exactly. You want to log into Binance, make sure your account's verified, and locate that USDT deposit address. But there's a little more to it than just copying and pasting. This is where understanding different blockchain networks becomes essential. You'll see mentions of ERC20, BEP20, and TRC20.
Oh, okay.
These are kind of like different highways your crypto travels on to reach its destination.
Okay, different highways for crypto. I like that. So sending USDT on the wrong network, is that like taking a wrong turn on a road trip and ending up lost?
Yeah.
With some frustrated passengers. In this case, my USDP.
You got it. It can lead to a lot of confusion and potentially even lost funds. Imagine sending a letter to the wrong address. It might never reach its recipient. So choosing the correct network is critical to ensuring that your USDT arrives safely in your Binance account.
So how do I know which highway to take? What makes these networks different anyway?
So think of ERC20 as the well-paved highway. Reliable, but maybe with some tolls, meaning slightly higher fees. BEP20 is the faster back road. Cheaper, but with a, slightly higher risk. And then there's TRC20, which you can see as a scenic route. It offers unique features, but maybe not as widely used. Choosing the right network really depends on your priorities. Speed, cost, and the level of security you're comfortable with.
So it's a balancing act. That makes sense. Now, before we actually hit the road and send those USDT on their way, there's a tip in the source that really resonated with me. Testing the waters of a small amount first, especially for larger transfers. I've had a near miss with a wrong address before, and it's not a fun feeling. Almost like that moment when you think you've lost your passport at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Heart-stopping.
Absolutely. It's always wise to dip your toes in before taking the plunge, whether you're swimming in a pool or sending crypto across the blockchain. That way, you can confirm that everything is working as expected and avoid any costly mistakes.
Okay, so small test transfer first.
Yeah.
Got it. Now let's say the test goes smoothly, the network's confirmed, address is triple-checked. The next step is where the actual transfer happens. I input the deposit address on Binance, confirm all the details, and hit send. Then I noticed something interesting in the source. SafePal's built-in Binance integration. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It seems like you discovered a hidden shortcut in our crypto jungle.
Yeah.
Even within a single platform like SafePal, there are often multiple ways to achieve the same goal, and it's always worth, exploring your options and seeing what works best for you. This integration could be a simpler and potentially more secure option, since it avoids manually copying and pasting addresses. You know what they say, measure twice, cut once. In the crypto world, it's check twice, send once.
Less room for human error. I like it. So this is kind of like having a direct flight versus a connecting flight, right? Smoother sailing, hopefully. But even with this integrated approach, it's still crucial to be security conscious, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. No system is completely foolproof. And being aware of potential risks is always the best approach. Speaking of security, the source emphasizes some important tips, things we might have heard before, but are worth repeating, especially in the fast-paced and sometimes treacherous world of crypto.
Right.
Double-checking addresses, being wary of phishing scams, and sticking to official sources for information.
So it's like navigating a bustling marketplace, right?
Yeah.
You've got to be aware of your surroundings, protect your valuables, and be wary of anyone who seems a little too eager to help you. Speaking of those helpful folks with ulterior motives, let's dive into those phishing scams. They seem to be lurking everywhere these days, and the crypto world is no exception.
Oh, yeah. They're like digital pickpockets trying to snatch your crypto with, clever tricks and disguises. One common tactic is creating websites that look almost identical to legitimate platforms, hoping to fool you into entering your seed phrase or other sensitive information.
Right.
It's a digital game of hide and seek, but the stakes are much higher.
Whoa, that's a bit scary. So how do we protect ourselves from these digital pickpockets? Is it all about being hypervigilant and suspicious of everything?
Well, awareness is definitely the first line of defense. You need to know these scams exist and be skeptical of any unsolicited communication, especially if it seems too good to be true or asks personal information. But it's not about living in fear. It's about being empowered to spot the red flags. For example, always double-check URLs, make sure you see that secure HTTPS connection, and pay attention to your gut feeling. If something seems fishy, it probably is.
Trust your instincts. Good advice. Are there any other kind of telltale signs that scream this is a scam that we should be aware of?
Absolutely. Remember, legitimate platforms will never ask for your seed phrase through email, messages, or over the phone.
Right.
That's a huge red flag. It's a tactic scammers often use to gain access to your wallet. Think of it this way. You wouldn't give your house keys to a stranger, right?
No.
Your seed phrase deserves that same level of protection.
Okay, no handing out digital keys to strangers. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of chilling to think that every time we make a crypto transaction, it's like broadcasting our moves on a public ledger, making us potential targets for these bad actors, like walking through a dangerous jungle sometimes.
Yeah.
But by being aware of the risks and taking precautions, we can hopefully navigate this space safely, right?
Exactly. It's about understanding the terrain and being prepared. Just like you wouldn't venture into a real jungle without the right gear and knowledge, the same goes for the crypto jungle. Being informed and prepared is your best defense against those lurking dangers.
So let's talk about some of that essential gear. We've covered the importance of safeguarding your seed phrase, choosing the right blockchain network, and being vigilant against phishing scams. But is there anything else we can add to our crypto survival kit to kind of enhance our security even further?
Well, there's one tool that many experienced crypto explorers swear by, especially when it comes to securing large amounts of crypto: hardware wallets. They're like Fort Knox for your digital assets, offering an extra layer of protection against those pesky digital pickpockets. Think of it as offline storage for your most valuable crypto treasures.
A hardware wallet, that's interesting. So it's like having a physical vault to store your crypto keys instead of relying solely on software or online platforms. Is that right?
Exactly. Hardware wallets keep your private keys offline, away from the reach of hackers and malware that are lurking in the digital world. They add that physical barrier, making it much more difficult for unauthorized access.
Okay. So hardware wallets, another tool for our arsenal. We covered a lot of ground in our crypto jungle exploration today, from safeguarding our precious seed phrases to choosing the right blockchain highway, and now even adding a hardware wallet vault to our security setup. It's been quite the adventure so far. But before we wrap up this part of our journey, I'm curious, what's the biggest takeaway you want our listener to remember from our discussion about security?
Well, the most important thing is to understand that your security is in your hands. While platforms like SafePal and Binance offer security measures, ultimately, you are responsible for protecting your assets. It's about taking ownership of your crypto journey and equipping yourself with the knowledge and tools to navigate it safely.
That's a powerful message. You're in the driver's seat of your crypto adventure. So for our listener out there who asked the seemingly simple question about transferring USDT, I hope we've not only answered your question, but also sparked your curiosity about the kind of broader world of crypto security. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, and knowledge is your compass in this exciting and ever-evolving terrain. But hold on tight. Our adventure isn't over yet. We still need to tackle the step-by-step process of that USDT transfer and explore some more fascinating aspects of the crypto jungle. Stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive, where we'll break down the transfer process in detail and uncover even more insights.
Welcome back to our Crypto Jungle expedition. We've already covered so much ground, but the adventure continues. That's right. We've explored the importance of seed phrase security. We navigated those different blockchain highways and even equipped ourselves with a hardware wallet vault. Now it's time to put all that knowledge into action and tackle the step-by-step process of transferring USDT from SafePal to Binance.
Think of this as our treasure map, guiding us through the jungle to our destination. We'll follow the steps outlined in the source, making sure to highlight those crucial details that could trip us up along the way.
Okay, map in hand. Let's get started. First things first, I need to access my SafePal wallet. Assuming I've got that all-important seed phrase memorized and ready to go, what's next?
You'll want to open the SafePal app and navigate to your USDT wallet. From there, you should see an option to send or transfer your USDT. Remember, you're about to embark on a real transaction, so take a deep breath, make sure you're focused, and in a secure environment.
Got it. Focus and security are key. No distractions. Now, I'm in my USDT wallet, ready to send. The next step, according to the source, is to paste the Binance deposit address.
This is where things can get a little tricky, right? Especially with those different blockchain networks we talked about earlier. You're exactly right. This is where you need to be extra careful. Before pasting that address, double check that you've selected the correct network on both SafePal and Binance. Remember, sending USDT on the wrong network is like sending a letter to the wrong address. It's very unlikely to reach its destination.
Okay, let's rewind for a second. How do I actually make sure those networks are aligned? Do I need to go into some deep settings menu, or is it more straightforward than that?
Most platforms make it pretty clear. Usually you'll see a drop-down menu or a section where you can choose the network. Make sure both SafePal and your Binance deposit address are set to the same network, whether it's ERC20, BEP20, or TRC20.
Okay, networks aligned, deposit address pasted. What's next? Do I just slam that send button and hope for the best?
Not so fast. Remember, this is where our measure twice, cut once mantra comes into play. Before hitting that send button, take a moment to carefully review all the details. Make sure you've entered the correct deposit address, double-check the network, and confirm the amount of USDT you're sending.
It's like that final boarding call before a flight. Make sure you have your ticket, passport, and that you're heading to the right gate. Okay, all details confirmed, deep breath, and send. Now what? Do I just sit back and wait, or is there anything else I need to be doing?
Most transactions take a bit of time to process, kind of like waiting for your luggage after a flight. You can usually track the progress of your transfer within the SafePal app or on the Blockchain Explorer for the network you use.
So I can watch my USDT make its way through the crypto jungle in real time. That's cool. Now, let's say the transfer is successful. My USDT has arrived safely in my Binance account. What's next? Can I just jump right into trading, or are there any other steps I need to be aware of?
That depends on what you want to do. If you're planning to trade your USDT on Binance, you're good to go. However, if you're looking to withdraw your USDT to a bank account or use it for other purposes, there might be additional verification steps or processes specific to Binance.
So the journey might not be over just yet. It's like reaching a new destination in our crypto jungle and having to navigate local customs or exchange currencies. It's all part of the adventure. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go back to a point we briefly touched on earlier: SafePal's built-in Binance integration. If our listener decides to take this route, does the process change significantly?
It does simplify things a bit. Instead of manually copying and pasting the deposit address, you can usually select Binance directly from your SafePal wallet. The app will guide you through the process, ensuring you choose the correct network and enter the necessary details.
So it's like having a tour guide in our crypto jungle, making sure we don't take any wrong turns or miss any important steps along the way. That sounds pretty convenient. But wouldn't that mean I'm relying more on SafePal's security measures rather than Binance's? Does that shift the responsibility in any way?
That's an interesting question. While the integration might streamline the process, it's important to remember that both SafePal and Binance have their own security protocols in place. Ultimately, it's about understanding the risks and benefits of each approach and choosing what aligns with your comfort level. Think of it this way. Even if you have a tour guide, you're still responsible for your own safety and well-being in the jungle.
Right. Never let your guard down completely, even with a guide by your side. It's like having a travel buddy who knows the area well, but you still need to be aware of your surroundings and make smart decisions. Speaking of smart decisions, we focus a lot on the technical aspects of transferring USDT, but there's another crucial element we need to address: timing. Is there ever a bad time to make a crypto transfer? Are there certain times of day or week that are better than others?
That's a great question, and one that many crypto enthusiasts ponder. The truth is that crypto market is like a living, breathing jungle, constantly in flux. Network congestion, price volatility, even global events can all impact the speed and cost of transactions.
So it's like trying to navigate rush hour traffic in the crypto jungle. Sometimes it's smooth sailing, and other times it's a complete standstill. Are there any tips or tricks to avoid those crypto traffic jams?
Well, one strategy is to be mindful of peak trading hours, which often coincide with major market openings or news events. You might encounter higher fees or slower transaction speeds during those times. It's like choosing to travel during off-peak hours to avoid the crowds and delays.
Makes sense. So strategic timing can make a difference. Any other factors to consider?
Absolutely. It's always wise to stay informed about any scheduled network upgrades or maintenance that might impact transaction times. These are usually announced in advance, so you can plan your transfers accordingly. It's like checking for road closures or construction before setting off on a road trip.
Okay, timing and awareness. Got it. It seems like there's a lot more to this USDT transfer than meets the eye. We've gone from simply moving funds between wallets to considering blockchain networks, security protocols, and even strategic timing. It's like our crypto journey has become an expedition full of twists and turns.
And that's the beauty of the crypto world. It's constantly evolving, challenging us to learn and adapt. But even with all these complexities, remember that the fundamental principles remain the same. Security, awareness, and informed decision-making are your best companions in this exciting adventure.
Well said. So to our listener who asked about transferring USDT, I hope you're feeling empowered to take on this task with confidence. We've broken down the steps, addressed potential pitfalls, and even shared some pro tips to make your journey smoother. But our exploration isn't over yet. In Part 3, we'll delve into some even deeper insights and leave you with some final thoughts to ponder as you continue your crypto adventures. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final leg of our crypto jungle expedition. We've covered a lot of ground, from the the nitty-gritty of transferring USDT to broader insights about security and blockchain networks.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? We've explored the depths of seed phrases, navigated the complexities of those blockchain highways, even fortified ourselves with hardware wallets.
Yep. We've packed our crypto survival kits with essential knowledge and tools, but before we reach our final destination, there's one more path to explore, the bigger picture of what this all means for you, the listener.
Right. Remember, this deep dive started with a specific question about transferring USDT, but the principles we've discussed, they extend far beyond just this single transaction.
It's like learning the rules of the road. Once you understand them, you can apply them to driving any car, right? In this case, we've equipped you to navigate the entire crypto landscape, not just one specific route.
Exactly. Whether you're moving Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other digital asset, those same security measures and best practices apply.
So this deep dive wasn't just about learning to transfer USDT. It was about empowering you to become a confident and informed crypto explorer.
Precisely. We've given you the compass and the map. Now it's up to you to chart your own course through the crypto jungle.
Speaking of charting a course, I'm curious about something. We focused on the technical aspects and security, but there's another element that often comes up in the crypto world: the emotional side of things. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, the fear of missing out, or even the anxiety of potential losses.
Oh, absolutely. Crypto can be a roller coaster of emotions. It's important to remember that this is still a relatively new and volatile space. Just like navigating a real jungle, there will be ups and downs, unexpected twists, moments of uncertainty.
So how do we stay grounded amidst all the chaos? Any tips for maintaining a level head in the face of crypto's wild swings?
Well, one key is to approach crypto with a long-term perspective. Don't get too caught up in the day-to-day fluctuations. Instead, focus on the underlying technology and the potential it holds.
It's like focusing on the destination rather than getting distracted by every bump in the road, right?
Right.
But what about that fear of making mistakes? We've talked about double-checking addresses and avoiding scams. But even with all the precautions, there's always that nagging fear of messing things up.
That's, yeah. That's completely understandable. The key is to learn from those mistakes, whether they're, your own or others. The crypto community is full of stories, both triumphs and failures. Embrace those experiences as learning opportunities and use them to refine your approach.
It's like any skill. The more you practice, the better you become. And speaking of practice, we've reached the end of our USDT transfer deep dive. But this is just the beginning of your crypto journey.
Yeah, what's so exciting about this space is that it's, constantly evolving. New technologies, platforms, and even risks are emerging all the time.
So the exploration never really ends, does it? It's like we've reached one clearing in the jungle only to discover, a whole new landscape ahead of us.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. Stay curious, do your research, and never stop learning.
And hey, if this deep dive has sparked your interest in, blockchain technology, maybe that's your next path to explore. Who knows what fascinating discoveries await?
The possibilities are endless. And remember, the crypto jungle is vast and diverse. There's something for everyone to explore, whether you're interested in finance, technology, or even just the potential for a more decentralized future.
Well said. So to our listener who asked about transferring USDT, we hope you've not only gotten your answer, but also gained a deeper understanding of the crypto world as a whole. You've taken the first steps on an incredible journey, and we can't wait to see where it takes you.
Keep learning, stay curious, and as always, happy crypto exploring.